Hey guys, Seth here with Cross Jeep. Today we're going to be taking a walk around our 2024 Jeep Wrangler Rubicon 4xe. This vehicle is in a beautiful Earl paint. Very gorgeous look to the vehicle. Of course, being the 4xe, you do get the blue hooks and the blue accents on the vehicle as well. Taking a look at the inside here, being a brand new vehicle. Of course, it's very clean suspension with those BFG KO2s. This vehicle does have the 3-piece Freedom hardtop. There's the black one as well as the black fenders. You do also get this rock rail down here. Taking a look at the inside, this vehicle comes with keyless entry. So if you press this button, it'll lock and honk at you. Then if you put your hand in, it'll unlock and flash the lights. Taking a look at the inside here, we do have our heated seats with the cold weather group, our leather seats with the blue trim and stitching. Of course, this vehicle does also have adaptive cruise control and forward collision warning. That's what that big box up there is. Being a hybrid, you do have your buttons down as well with your auto headlights. Taking a look at the rear seats here, you do have two USB-Cs for each side, as well as your 115-volt 3-prong plug-in. And these seats, being a 4xe, do fold up a little bit differently. First, you pull up this bottom seat, and then you pull on this handle right here. The headrest will fall, and it folds down like that, giving you a nice large trunk space back here. And then you just lift this up. It's real easy, real light. Close it right back up, and you have your seats again. That's for both sides as well. Taking a look in the back of this vehicle, you once again have that keyless entry, which if I show you one more time, press that, it locks, it'll flash the lights. Wait a couple seconds, put your hand in, it'll unlock and flash the lights again. This is a Rubicon Unlimited, giving you even more trunk space back here. It does come with your all-weather floor mats. Taking a look in the bottom here, you do get this nice big tub, as well as your tie-downs on the sides. This vehicle does also come with a full-size spare tire on your tire mount back here. And these are the KO2s. These KO2s are 285, so you get 33-inch tires, as well as that brake light on the top there. And there's the other blue hook, as well as your tow group on this vehicle here. Class 2 receiver, as well as all the wiring. Taking a look inside the vehicle here, once again, looking at the back seats, you do still have your bags on the back of the seats, as well as in your side doors with the lift up function of these seat bottoms, as well as the seat backs. Folds right on up, once again giving you that nice big trunk space, very open back here. Lift it up, I can do that with 2 fingers, and close everything back up to get your seats back. Taking a look in the passenger seat, once again, we do have that keyless entry here. You do still have your fully electric seating in the back, as well as your leather seats with the blue stitching. Having that tow group on this vehicle, you do get your 4 auxiliary switches that are programmable. And being a Rubicon, you do have your front and rear lockers with your off-road plus and sway bar. This one also does have 4 auto, 4 part-time, neutral, 4 low, and 2 high. Like I was saying before, with that cold weather group, you do get remote start. And this being an EV, you just press this button right here twice. It'll honk at you twice and start on up. This vehicle is fully charged. A lot of ours will not be on the lot. But the reason you don't hear the engine starting is the battery is currently functioning. It is ready to rock and roll. It is currently heating up the seats. You can hear a little bit of a whir in here. That's just the fan working its magic. And this would be where you plug in the vehicle, right here at this port, and it'll have a little light showing you whether it's charged or not. And taking a look at the inside of the vehicle, we already have it on and running. And it is going to prioritize the electric right now. If we go down here where it says electric, e-save, and hybrid, if we press on e-save, that will prioritize the engine while driving, although if you're sitting here at an idle, it will prioritize using the battery rather than the engine. I'm going to straighten out this wheel real quick. That's hard to say. Looking at the dashboard, this vehicle does currently have 29 miles on it. As you can see, there's a bunch of little bells and whistles here showing your battery percentage in the top right. You get about 28 miles depending on your driving style, and your range in full gas gives you about 284. These vehicles are getting 22 miles to the gallon on average at the high end, and you'll be getting about 19 on the low end. And right down here, if you see that green ready button, that little light down there, that is telling you the vehicle is ready to roll, that it is just currently sitting in idle in electric rather than in gas. Taking a look in the center here, we do have our 12.3-inch touchscreen with Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. We don't currently have a phone connected, but if you did, this is where your Apple CarPlay would be on just this little tab. You also have your home button up here, which you can set your private widgets, which are also attached to your driver profile. You can have up to 5 different profiles on this vehicle, and at any point in time, if you wanted to change how the AC is working, you tap this button, you can adjust what the temperature is, if your heated seats or steering wheel on, if it's in sync mode. You do get dual zone AC up here. I'm going to go ahead and turn up the fans a little bit. It is hot in this car, sitting out in the sun. Now, if we press the media tab here, this is going to be our AM, FM, and Sirius XM radio, as well as our Bluetooth, our aux cords. So our Bluetooth and our aux ports with this USB-C here, as well as the original aux port. This is going to allow you to connect wired to the vehicle, although you do have wireless CarPlay and Android Auto. You also have a little hidden USB in here that works as well. Looking at our comfort tab, now this is where all of the vehicle settings are going to be as far as comfort that are down here. You can access your heated seats and steering wheel both up here and down with these analog buttons. You can change where it's blowing right here. So if I tap that mode button a few times, you can see it's adjusting, or I can just touch the screen to choose where I want it to blow. We also have how hard it blows and the temperature that it's blowing right now. Of course, it is in sync mode and it is on AC. And I crank that up just a little bit more. And we also have our front and rear defrosters auto recirculate and off, as well as our max AC, which our defrosters are right here. Recirculate, AC, auto, turning the air conditioning off. Going to our next tab, we've already looked at this. This is going to be our phone tab, nothing paired. If it was just Bluetooth, you'd see up here keypad, recent favorites, contacts, and messages. You can have up to 2 devices active on these vehicles at all time. If we tap on the vehicle tab, this is where a lot of the bread and butter for the Rubicon is going to be. Of course, you can access your backup camera at any point in time with your active rear view guidelines. We also have our dashboard here, which has our off-road pages. Now, the off-road pages shows you what's going on with the vehicle. Your sway bar connected, which you can disconnect down here. Your front and rear axle lockers, as well as your steering angle and your transfer case. Now, of course, your transfer case is going to be right here. And to turn on and off or lock your front and rear axles, you have to be in 4-wheel drive low. Then you can press down or up. Down is rear axle only, and up is going to be front and rear. And you just press this button right here to turn them off. This screen also keeps your longitude, latitude, and altitude up at any point in time. You also have your accessory gauges to give you a quick glance of what your vehicle is doing. As you can see, the engine is not running, so we have no oil pressure right now, as well as your pitch and roll. Now, going back to the next tab, we do have our e-hybrid. Now, the e-hybrid tells us our e-save, our schedules, if we have any schedules to set it to charge at a specific rate. We also have our driving history, what's been used the most for kilowatt hours gained with our generation, and our distance travel using our battery and engine. We also have our power flow, so at any point in time you can see what's going where, and if we had the engine running, you'd see it right here, and it'd be pushing charge back into the battery. Now, next up, we do have our controls, which we do have our rear view camera, and then finally our settings. Now, here at Cross, we like to keep all of our dashboards in dark mode. It gives us a little bit more contrast. Anything that you see this little white person on is going to be profile specific. So if I was driving, my profile could have different settings from if my wife was driving, it would have different settings for her. We also just have my profile, where you can see everything that your profile can use, your safety and driving assistance, as well as your electronic drive or electric drive. We have our camera here, which we like to keep our rear view backup camera delay as well as our active guidelines on. We also have our seats and comfort and doors and locks. Now, a fun little thing you can do in these vehicles is you can set it to have the first press give you a honk, a second press give you a honk with the lock, or you can just not have it honk at all. You can turn on or off the flashing lights while you're locking the vehicle, and a bunch of other options here. Lastly, we're going to have our apps. Now, our apps is going to have every button you can access or change in this vehicle, including our Android Auto auxiliary cables, activate services, our app market, comfort audio settings, and many, many more. You can also just look at them under their little categories, or just look at the ones that you have favorited, which again are profile specific. Coming back to the center dashboard here, we do have a bunch of information that's on the screen. You can fully edit this. If I press up once, you can set up your screen so I can change all the different sides, what they mean and what they're going to do for me. You also have your messages, audio, trip info for what it's been driven, and the average mileage it's been getting. That is all of our test drive mileage right there. We've also got our hybrid info with our range for both gas and electric, showing us 284 right now. We also have our average economy, driver assist, off-road screens here, and vehicle info, telling you most of the stuff and more that the off-road pages did right there. We can see that we have good battery charge, our oil life that will be checked, and you would get an oil change before the vehicle is sold, current pressure, temperatures of everything, and of course the speedometer, which you can have miles per hour or kilometers per hour. Coming down over here, we do have our auto headlights, our powered and defrosting side mirrors, our fog lights are right there, our brights are going to be right here, and our gas cap release is down here. Gas cap release down here with our hybrid, electric, and e-save modes. I'm going to put it back in full electric while I tote around here. We also have our automatic doors, or powered locks right here. Sorry about that. Powered locks on the doors themselves. These doors are fully removable, so your window controls are right here. But these window controls, you do have auto down windows. If I just press this button real quick, the window's going to come all the way down. And if I hold it, it comes back up. You do not have auto up windows. And of course, we do have our child lock here in the center. That's that scroll wheel. Flip it down, they can't use it. Push it back up, they can. Overall, amazing vehicle. These 4xEs are highly desired here at Cross. And that triple honk means the vehicle is currently running and I have left with the keys. I want to say thank you all so much for choosing Cross, going on this walk around with me, and I hope you have an amazing day.